everyone, and welcome back to my devlog series. In my last video, I created a simple character that you can move around and shoot. But shooting without anything to shoot at is, very pointless. So today, I will be creating a simple enemy AI that can be damaged as well as can damage the player. Basically, what an AI means is artificial intelligence. How an AI works is that you give it a task with a given condition, like to do this when this happens, or something like that. With that being said, let's get right to it. I have a several idea on the enemy design will be. I'm going with the sci-fi genre, so I'm thinking aliens, or maybe monster alien, or something like that. If you have any suggestions, leave it in the comments. But for now, this will do for me. Programming an enemy AI movement is very simple. Just get the position of the player and the position of the enemy, subtract them together, and set the enemy's position to whatever that results to. But in this case, the enemy is running away from the player. Why are you running away? Oh, I see the problem. It's because I accidentally subtracted the enemy's position to player's position. A quick reverse in my calculation, and now the enemy AI is following the player. But as you can see, it's moving too fast. Way too fast. A little tweak in its movement speed, and now it's not overpowered. But what is that rotation in my player? And currently, my enemy AI is just following the player and doing nothing. So I created a script that will handle the damage mechanic of the game. This script is composed of health and a function that decreases the health of any game object that this script will be attached to. And I also implemented the die mechanics of my game. For now, any game object that has a health below 0 will just destroy on the scene. Simple stuff. Now, all I have to do is call this function in my enemy script and everything will work. And again, this enemy is overpowered. The only thing that is missing is the attack speed, so I can control every enemy AI that I will be creating in the future. This code is just the same as the first video I created when I limit the fire rate of the player. As you can see now, it did not kill the player instantly. Now, there is a problem with my enemy AI. That is, he's dumb. It cannot navigate the map when there is an obstacle or anything that is in his way. As you can tell, the player can just hide behind this wall and the AI will not go near the player. Unlike in Unity 3D, there is a built-in component that is called navmesh, which saves a lot of time coding a pathfinding. But in my case, I'm developing this game in Unity 2D that is not supported by navmesh. I hope in the future, Unity developers will create navmesh that supports 2D. As I'm reading about 2D AI, I come across with this cool project that is called A-Star Pathfinding. It's like navmesh, but it supports both 3D and 2D. And as you can see, it has many features. There's a free version which I'm going to use because, I'm kind of poor. But you can also buy it in Unity Asset Store. Both the links will be in the description below. A-Star is not actually hard to set up. You don't have to code anything for it to work. But I will be coding something here later, so it will work for my game. As you can see, I'm setting it up right now. Just tweaking some values and anything that I can tweak that is suitable for my needs. And now, my AI is not dumb. It can navigate the map and can avoid obstacles that I mark as, obstacles. I also cannot hide behind these walls anymore, which is super nice. As I was saying earlier, I need to write some code to suit my needs. Like telling my AI when to follow the player, when to not follow the player, when to attack the player, and so on. This means I have to rewrite almost all of my code because all of the movement will be handled by A-Star project, which makes it more convenient to use. And wow, my code worked for the first try. Huh. That's weird. Anyway, as you can see, the AI now works as intended. It can now follow the player in a given range, and will not follow when the player is not on this range. I quickly implemented the attack function on my code and now it can damage the player again. I did not change the damage functionality. As you can see, when the player hits the 0 health, the code just destroy it in the scene. But now, there's a problem, which I wish I tackled in the first video. There's no way the bullet get destroyed when hitting a solid object, which is not how bullets work. So I quickly implemented this and I'm using a built-in function of Unity, which is collision enter. But what makes this function more appealing is particles. Because in real life, when a bullet hits a solid object, it shatters, or have it, whatever the effect. And I think it's kinda weird in game if the bullet just destroyed instantly. This will also benefit in players' visual feedback, that the bullet is destroyed when get interacted to solid objects. So I think that this will work for the moment. Maybe I will change this in the future devlogs, so stay tuned. But right now, there's a slight problem. The bullet that is shot by the player is interacting to the player, which is not great. So I quickly fixed this problem in the project settings, implemented the damage functionality in the bullet so that it can damage the AI. I also fixed the weapon not facing in the right direction when rotating in the other direction. I achieved this by just manipulating the scale of the gun. And the player is not showing sometimes. I just changed 0 to 1, and now everything is working as intended. The player has a reason to shoot in game. Very cool. Anyways, this is the end of this video. I hope you like it. Stay tuned for more devlog series, and be sure to leave a like, share, and subscribe. Cheers!